Hello, friends and enemies. Today we are talking about the 2015 album Deep Sad Frustration by Scarlet Leaves. Scarlet Leaves is an ethereal goth wave band from Sao Paulo, Brazil. I know, 2 ethereal goth bands in a row. See, I can do more than just death rock and synthwave bands. You just have to watch me. As you can see, I figured so long as we're stuck in this very aesthetic format, I may as well make things more aesthetically interesting for you. We have this very ethereal background and these candles that I made myself. I'd call that a shameless plug, except I'm not selling them yet. Who knows what happens in the future. And instead of my usual cactus outfit, I have the Scarlet Leaves Deep Sad Frustration shirt that I got when I got the CD. You can get it on their Bandcamp. And, you know, I'm wearing these very ethereal colors. Like I got maroon and sort of a wine plum, whatever you call it, purple. And I've got these owl socks because owls are very ethereal animals. Anyways, the lineup for this band has changed a bit over the years, but the 2 current members and the members at the time of this album are Claudia Ogisi and Audrey Haas. Claudia's on vocals and songwriting. Audrey was on keyboards, guitar, programming, and also songwriting. On their Facebook page, they describe their genre as darkwave, ethereal, and shoegaze. They say the bands that they are inspired by include Lycia, Cocteau Twins, Faith in the Muse, Mephisto Walls, Slow Dive, The Frozen Autumn, Diary of Dreams, and Die Laughing. Good bands to be inspired by, if you ask me. Formally, this was their second of 2 albums, though they've had a few other releases. Fun fact, I discovered this band because they were featured on that German compilation of Latin American goth bands that I reviewed a while back. I was going to review this particular album sooner, but the week before I had it planned was when Lygia Resurrected did a video about this band, and I actually highly recommend you watch her video because she's not only very entertaining YouTuber and another Latino, but she's also way more into ethereal than I am. More ethereal inclined, if you may. Anyways, back to my review. We're very fortunate that on their Bandcamp page, they explain the meanings of all the songs, or most of them, so we don't have to figure it out based on my personal interpretations. We open with the title track, Deep Sad Frustration. It's an instrumental opening with ambient keyboards highlighted by storm sounds. It's pretty short and serves as a great introduction piece for what we're about to listening to. Track number 2, our first official song, is The Misfortune. We have a keyboard-driven melody with some wah 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 in the background, and what sounds like electric guitar is a driving force throughout. The vocals have the bit of that pop operatic sound we're accustomed to in ethereal variety goth. According to Bandcamp, this song is about a limited human being unable to live their own freedom. The following song, Dust and Silence, this song has a twinkly, calm, semi-creepy melody between the keyboard and the soundtrack-esque background. The vocals have more of a creepy, sing-talky sound. Next up is Godforsaken. This song ups the creepy by having a whispering segment in the background, and the music is down-tempo and dissonant throughout. Following that is Luxurier, a song that picks up the pace a bit. We have some of a deeper driven beat with some twinkles over them. The vocals are back to the quiet sing. This song is, according to Bandcamp, a poetic interpretation of lust. Our 6th track is Persephone Garden. This song expectedly sounds goddessy. We get a return to the dissonant keyboards and the pop operatic vocals with some bass in the background. Yay, bass! This song has some of the most movements of all of them. You could probably guess from the title this is about the myth of Persephone because it's basically law that if you're an ethereal goth band, you have to do a song about Persephone, of course. The next song is Alma. This might be the most poppy and textured song on the album. It has what sounds like a dulcimer, or at least a keyboard that sounds like a dulcimer throughout, as well as some noticeable percussion. This song is about believing, going crazy, and imagination. Next is Mist. Ashes to Ashes in parentheses. It has a very mystical, almost eerie sound with a lot of dissonance utilized. They said that it's up to the listener to decide what you think it's about. I have my own idea what I think it's about, but I'm going to respect their wishes to leave it up to the listener and not bias you by telling you my opinion. After that, we have a cover of Catch the Breeze by Slowdive. It's pretty close to the original in sound, but it's a bit less airy and more feminine, if that makes sense. For some reason, this isn't on the Bandcamp MP3s, but you can find it when you buy the physical album, which is funny because I literally bought the physical album on Bandcamp, or if you listen to it on Spotify. Our final track is a remix of Alma. It's similar to the original, but a lot more dancey and upbeat. I am personally not a fan of remixes, especially of non-dancey genres. Like back when everyone was making Enya remixes, I was not having it. Because of that, I can't say I'm a huge fan of this one, but not because it's necessarily bad, it's just not to my taste personally, that particular song. Overall, I think this is a solid album. It feels very cohesive. If you like ethereal goth, you'll probably like this. I would also recommend it to people who are more into the more whispery, eerie side of dream pop and shoegaze. Those of you who follow my other social media accounts know that aside from goth music, I'm also a big shoegaze person, and I'm now starting to see the influence of the two genres. A lot of people know that, you know, shoegaze was influenced by goth, but I think a lot of 90s and later goth, that once it came around, was influenced by shoegaze. So it's all a big circle of influence. I mean, on the album, they literally cover a Slowdive song, so kind of makes sense. Even if you aren't an ethereal goth or a goth gaze type of person, it's still a nice, mellow, emotive album. If you would like to hear them for yourself, I have Scarlet Leaves Bandcamp and Spotify linked below, and their social media accounts. If you want to hear more about goth music from Latin America and other alternative media, you can follow me on my social media accounts, also linked below. Thanks for watching. Bye now.